Welcome to sunny Florida.
This is quite the look.
It's like the Unabomber and Bob Marley had a baby.
I don't really think that would happen for so many reasons.
Well,
Tracy, OG Lesby of OG Lesby fame, is in his house. Wait, what? Ooh, I just almost hit it in stream. That would have been bad. Tracy says, hi, peeps. What's up, girl? I'm glad you're feeling better today, minus the knees and shit.
That's a lot of hair. Why do I look at your hair and instantly think of Kajagoogoo?
I don't even know what the fuck a Kajagoogoo is, so there's that. Todd White's in the house.
Hello, Todd.
What's up, Todd? Okay, so this is Marital Hate. It's a live interactive podcast. We do it most weeknights unless I feel too sick. And I'm just going to forewarn you. I have a chronic illness, and sometimes I launch into fits of vomiting, and that could happen tonight.
Oh, has been vomiting.
But the good news is I have a container. Because the last time I did it on the fucking, not the last time, the time before that.
2 times ago.
Pool deck.
That's how often it happens, folks.
Which,
several times.
What are you going to do? Like, it's all like that pebbly shit with epoxy over it.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, is the worst stuff to put in because it's impossible to fucking remove.
And the stones come out of it every once in a while and hurt your feet.
Don't do it.
Like a Lego.
But that's not the point. The point is, if you puke on it, not easy cleanup. What are you going to do? Hose it into the pool? I don't think so. So you had to come out. He doesn't use a shop vac the way I use the shop vac.
I'm not using a shop vac for vomit. Because then you have to empty the shop vac of the vomit.
I use the shop vac for everything, and then you just suck up some bleach.
Throw it out and buy a new shop vac.
If in the case of vomit on the pool deck, I'm going with suck it up and throw that bitch out.
Just
start buying shop vacs anytime you see one for cheap.
The thing is, you get the small one. Get this nice small one.
We have a nice small one.
Yeah, you
get the small one, right? You get the one for cheap, and then you just suck up whatever mess you fucking have. And you just call it a day. You're like, oh, I threw
forensic
that
mess.
$5
shop vac.
And by the way, our shop vac is like this big. It's a little baby shop vac for yuppies.
Miss the toilet? Shop vac.
I think that the bigger issue is that you see that's how it fucking starts. You go in the bathroom, you miss the fucking toilet, you use the shop vac to get those last few drops, and then the next time you're like,
I was thinking of more number 2, but that's all right.
I'm just gonna be slop. Okay, we're gonna have to get back to that one. Then you start just getting sloppy because you're like, oh, I'm a man. I like to use power tools or sucky. And then before you know it, you're putting it on your dick and sucky. I'm just saying. At least I have my vomit container.
That was a nice tirade right there.
Well, I was just watching an episode of Nip Tuck, which is my current binge. So much to talk about. But there's this one guy on the show who was a yogi and he was very flexible and he was blowing himself.
On the daily.
Which is why I think a shop vac in the bathroom is never a good idea because you're just going to stick your dick in it. Have you ever put your dick in a
Never
shop vac?
Stuck my dick in a shop vac.
Is it something that you'd be willing to do on the podcast?
On the podcast? I don't think it's going to fit. I'm not like bragging, but like the shop vac is not very big around.
That's because the shop vac that we have.
Oh, give me a good one.
They have shop vacs that elephants could fit in.
All right, let's get.
So Tracy is laughing her ass off, which is the only thing that really matters. So anyway, we're a live interactive podcast. If you're here, I'm sorry. You should probably see a therapist.
It's not good. Somebody just walked by in the neighborhood, like probably walking a dog, some unsuspecting person. We're sorry. We're sorry you're hearing about.
We're sorry for being
suction
ourselves.
And vomit.
But here's the way. I this is who I am. I've tried to be other people. It doesn't fucking work. This is not Doug.
Oh. There is no Doug.
The only one who is blessed.
There is no Doug.
The real Doug. The real Doug who has a mental breakdown about everything, especially the goddamn Buffalo Bills. But football season is over. So
it's over. So look at me.
I'm so cool the next 6 months, the possibility that my husband is going to drop dead on the floor is reduced.
By 50%. Thank you.
So thank you.
Because what you do is basically put all your emotional good health in the hands of some 23-year-olds.
And the NFL is rigged.
Well, that's your theory. It's your theory. I'm a fan.
All right, whatever you say. So, okay. Bless you.
Bless you.
Wow. You're welcome. That guy's walking by. He has an allergy. Actually, everybody's.
Oh, I was just sneezing in the house.
So, side note. So last week, Tony wasn't feeling well, didn't get to finish my Jeep. Came today, brought a very nice young man with him, although he was very quiet.
His nephew, yeah. He opened up a little bit.
All the kids that hang out with Tony are quiet. I don't know.
Well, they know their place.
That's just weird. But anyway, he brought a very handsome young man. Couldn't believe how tall this kid was.
He was
15
what,
years old.
15 or 14?
Yeah,
15.
he's like, I'm gonna play football, and I'm like, well, if
Towered
you're
over me.
14, yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Possibility.
I told him to be
there.
a tight end. He's like, I think I'm going to this school or whatever, and he's going to be an offensive lineman because they didn't have any. I'm like, I should be a tight end. That's where the money is.
Well, there you go. Well, what about the guy that covers the blind side?
That'd be the
right tackle.
The left tackle. Actually.
Left tackle.
Yeah.
Doesn't that left tackle make a lot of money?
Yeah. Well, so he's good either way, but he'll get the singing star if he's a tight end and he's burly and he bumps his coach.
Oh. I know you said that wasn't going to be a big deal.
It's a big deal. I'm happy that it's a big deal. Yeah. I'm happy that I wish it were a bigger deal.
But I told you that it was I told you it was going to be a big deal, but you didn't believe me.
I don't know if I believed you or not, but I thought it all depended on what the coach said.
I don't have a problem with you disagreeing with my opinion about things, right? But the problem is that you disagree with everything I say. Like, I'll be like, here is a fact, and you'll be like, no.
Give me a fact. You can evolution. Ha! No.
I don't even know what to say. I don't know what to say.
Let's talk about.
What I will say is that so I was fucking grounded basically since what, last Thursday?
Since Thursday, yeah.
Thursday.
Yeah, she was grounded.
Friday.
She won't go in a
Saturday,
car with a roof.
Sunday.
She won't go in a car with doors.
It's
terrible.
Today, Monday, no Jeep. Today, Tuesday, no Jeep. Today's Wednesday, right?
No, today's Tuesday.
Oh, Tuesday. I got to drive my Jeep today. Got it. So he
did worse.
He did the what?
He did the throw out bearing.
The throw out bearing, and in the process did the clutch, because apparently they put an aftermarket clutch in when they did the clutch, and he's like, it's getting kind of worn down. It's in the way anyway. Might as well do it. So he put in OEM, and which is what I think you should do. And then of course
it was a much nicer clutch. I compared the two.
What kind of mods are you gonna do next, Stace? I'm like, Tony, I'm out of money. Just keeping this thing running 211,000 miles and change.
Well,
do you have the picture of the rust?
I do have some pictures.
Y'all have to see this. So if you don't know, now you know. 211,000+ miles on it. We bought it used. I've off-roaded it. We drove it from Massachusetts to Florida with a 12-foot U-Haul behind it that weighed a ton. Probably not the best thing for my old Jeep, but here we go. So one by one, we've been replacing things. Tony just resealed the engine. By the way, if you're in the Southwest Florida and you are looking for a mechanic, Tony, he is super busy. So sometimes it can be hard to get in front of him. But if you tell him, I need this done by blah, 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 I need this to get to work, somehow he fits you in.
You get you in.
He'll always try to fit us in on weekends. I'm like, Tony, the weekends is for Jeep driving,
weekends
not for
is
Jeep
for
repairs.
Jeep.
I'm like, I don't care if you can't fix it. Just, whatever. So go ahead.
This is a pile of rust. It's probably about a foot wide, about an inch tall of rust, and there's two of them. There were actually three of them, and the
just rust coming right off.
The third one was much bigger, but this is just rust.
And then when he was done, there was an extra part. So
there was an extra part. There was a sort of some sort of, was it a skid plate or some sort of
skid plate? Which I need skid plates for the entire bottom if I'm going to go off-roading ever again. But
what happened was is that this thing, it looked like an old sled with a handlebar, and it bolted to the bottom of the Jeep, but what it bolted to rusted out. So there was no way to put it back on.
So fortunately, our mechanic Tony, again, love him, super nice guy.
Sometimes he tunes in, don't say bad things.
Yeah, well, I couldn't say bad things if I tried. Listen, sometimes it's hard to get in front of him. But he's just a busy guy. He does a lot for his community. You got to respect that. He told us today that he does mission trips, and they do some fundraisers for their mission trips, and we're going to support that on the site. It's very so he's doing stuff through his church, and here we are, the opposite of church, but we like to support.
She wants her own commune.
I want my own cult. We're kind of the opposite of the church here, but we still like to
but
do
we are holy
things. Well, my Jeep is holy, that's for damn sure. And my body is holy because I'm a lady with many holes.
Like a bowling ball.
Yeah. Well, there you go. So anyway, I was really sad. And today was a little cold, and he was like they were in the driveway still, and they were finishing ice cream. Doug always gives them ice cream.
I gave them the ice.
Give them some fucking ice cream.
Enjoys the ice cream that I made.
Well, the ice cream is delightful, but like, he's like, I'll stay here while you test drive. I'm like, dude, I'm gone for hours. Here's the crazy part. I drove to Starbucks.
I was surprised you came back ever.
So I drove to Starbucks and I looked at the traffic, which was gridlock. So it was going to be either I had to go for a long drive and it was like almost 6 o'clock and I figured you were going to stop working, or, and I was worried about the podcast and I didn't know if you wanted to come. So I came back and you were working. So I probably should have just gone on my little merry way. But here we are. But I had fun. Like, it was, you know, it was just nice to get out.
Sunny and nice today. It was a little breezy.
It's weird having so my clutch, when I bought it, the clutch was on its way out and it was shitty. And then when the guy did it, it was kind of shitty. And Tony just did it, and it's like a dream, but it's like I'm used to having a shitty clutch. So it's gonna take a little use.
You're gonna be chirping that thing.
No, but it's definitely like, normally when I drive it's now it's like just now, every now and give me a couple of days, I'll be back to normal. I mean, I drove to Starbucks on Cape Coral Parkway, got 3/4 of the way to 2/3 to the way to the bridge.
Yep.
There's that last turn you can take before the bridge.
Yeah.
I looked at the traffic and I said, fuck this. And I went across 3 lanes and looped behind everything just because I didn't want to sit in that. But I was actually going to wave at Tony on my way back because he was leaving at the same time I was going. But you're not going to see each other with that. Cape Coral Parkway. It's got lots of trees.
But apparently,
he'd hear my music
has
from here.
A nice wide grab area, so it's grabbing that flywheel as it goes in there. Whatever.
I also have a wide grab area. It depends on whether you're facing me or from behind, but I've got a couple wide grab areas. Yeah. What?
WGA.
Wide grab areas. No, they're like, I don't even know. I honestly haven't been measured in a while. Like, last time I had them measured, they were triple D, but I'm busting out of my bra, so it's probably
it's called busting loose.
Who the fuck knows? But yeah. Can I say? We were in watching Nip Tuck for the 8 millionth time.
For those of you who don't know, Nip Tuck was a show in the early to mid 2000s,
maybe,
I believe, on one of these networks, and it was basically.
It's total fucking smut.
It's as far as you can get on a network.
So it ran from 2003 to 2010, and it was on FX, and it was very controversial. Like, it was one of those shows that really pushed the bounds of decency.
Of cable. Yeah,
FX,
absolutely.
You could get away with that shit. Like, it came out like I want to say it was like before Sons of Anarchy and right around the same time as Rescue Me, and it was when shows really were starting to push the line on. Like, you're like, is this HBO? So you see ass and there's constantly fucking. So now I'm at season like 6 or whatever it is. I think it's 6 because there's 7 seasons. They have moved their thriving practice in Miami to Hollywood. Bless you. Get some
I thought that was a dog.
Could have been a dog. So, you know, because that's not jumping the shark at all, moving the show to Miami.
No. Hey, Happy Days did it.
But so, you know who has been on it?
Laverne and Shirley did it.
I think she's on 3 episodes. Is Jennifer Coolidge.
So I actually, after work, I watched the Jennifer Coolidge episode. It's so good. We've played Yo Stank Bitch on the podcast,
but it's just so good. Tracy says, before my breast reduction, I was a 36 GGG. What did you do with your extra titties? They just like suck them out and like just leave them there on the floor? Did you donate them to some like poor little A cup?
Yeah. Why didn't you? You could have done that. Can't you do that?
I would willing to donate all of the fat on my body to Itty Bitty Titty Committee. I will give it to all of them.
And then everybody's happy.
Because I like my butt and I like my thighs and my tits. I would like a lift, but my belly, like, you could just suck all of this right off and give it to some skinny bitch. She can it'd be good.
Or do whatever she wants with it. Maybe she'll distribute it evenly.
Trey said they sucked them out and sent them for biopsy. That's not that much fun.
Oh, that's boring.
Oh, that's really...
Yeah, I thought there was something
fun.
Don't
you feel like you must know somebody who has no titties?
Like they went to a conjoined twin.
Like, for example,
fill in like the area
Doug
they cut. No.
Doesn't have any titties.
I got no titties.
Would I like you more if you had tits?
You probably would, actually. You would. I would look better in your outfits that I
would like you. I would like you better. I really, very little has to do with your body.
Yeah.
There's 2 things about you that are really annoying me right now.
One is
the constant questioning absolutely everything I say, something that I'm really having a very hard time with, and makes it hard to look at you sometimes. And the other one is being fake with people on the internet, or on the phone, so everybody thinks, "Oh, Doug's so nice."
Maybe I am
you
nice.
Only knew.
Maybe I am
you
nice.
Only knew. I'm the nice one. Am I wrong?
You're pretty nice. Yeah, you're nicer than me. You're more generous than me. You're
Do you help strangers?
I'll help. I'll get in on the helping, but I don't
by force.
I don't seek them out to help them.
They're
strangers.
You don't necessarily help strangers. You are mean to the neighborhood kids, the brown neighborhood kids. You fucking racist.
Nice to them now.
Oh, you are? Because I yelled at you?
Oh, very nice. Yeah, you get.
I'm like, get snacks for the neighborhood kids.
All right.
Tracy says it was boring. I wish I could have put them in Beck's ass. Okay, I don't know if you're supposed to say that.
Yeah.
But I think Beck's your imaginary friend, so it's probably okay.
Yeah, that's right.
I've never seen either of your butts, but send me pictures. I'll let you know what I think. Doug has no butt. His legs just connect at the top.
You don't want a picture of it.
There's nothing. But you would be very good at being a gay bottom because your butthole is so accessible.
That's always what I wanted to have public on the internet. Hey, you know what? His butthole is accessible.
Well, but think about it. Like with my ass, like you have to like part the Red Sea.
It's part of the fun.
Yeah, but what if you like were like partying and there was like a piece of poo? Like, that would not be fun. That would not be fun. Side note, I have a friend that happened. Okay, so a friend of mine.
Oh, geez, here it comes. Oh, a friend.
It's not here.
Friend.
No. It was it was my friend Shane. I won't say his last name,
friend.
But it was my friend Shane. Went on a date with a lady.
And
apparently they were fooling around, and he went to dine at the Y. And when he pulled her panties off, there was a little bit of poo. And then
would they go Taco Bell for dinner?
I don't know, but I'm sure I told the story on the podcast before because it's hilarious. But what he did, so afterwards, like they did whatever they did, and she's like, I have to go to the bathroom. And he, like, they're in like a parking lot of like his high school, by the way, Silver Lakes Regional. So anyway, they're in the parking lot of his high school. And she has to go to the bathroom. So he's like thinking, well, let me drive you somewhere to find a bathroom or whatever. And she's like, no, I'm fine. She gets out of the car and squats down. And you think she's gonna pee, right? Like, okay, you can like I've stood up, like I've like just pulled, well, not even pulled my skirt up. I've just spread my legs and peed in public. Because if you don't wear panties, which I don't because they hurt, and also inconvenient, you can just spread your legs and pee. She squatted down, lit a cigarette, and proceeded to take a shit in the parking lot.
In the headlights of the car. In the headlights.
He has some interesting stories. He was at a wedding once, couldn't figure out why one of the bridesmaids was dressed funny. Fucked her, found out the next day she was a nun. I'm just saying. He's like, what's with the outfit? She's like, I'm a nun.
What are you wearing? It's terrible.
Yeah, well, there you go. Trace says that's some mad skills. What's mad skills about it? Powering through the poo to eat a puss, or squatting and shitting and smoking in a cigarette in a parking lot?
I think that's because you got to multitask. Because you got to light the cigarette, you got to get it out of the pack. You got to get There's there's a
smoking gross. Even smoking pot. I don't smoke pot because I cough. As anybody who knows me will tell you, I cough. I pee myself. One time, I peed in a felon's Jeep. Told the story. 3-time felon, by the way. Federal prison. But he fucks like a 23-year-old. So he said. When you meet a stranger at a tattoo shop and they offer you weed, homegrown weed, you try it. But if you
don't have to try. You can just say no, Nancy Reagan.
That's as a stoner, you can't do that. But I peed a little bit in a felon's car.
Little
in his Jeep. No, it was a lot. It's a whole story. I've talked about it on the podcast before. What do we have here? So much for celibacy.
As for the nun.
No. I mean, they're allowed to sin. Everybody's
they're not supposed to fuck randos at weddings.
It beats molesting children.
Well, I didn't know that was the other choice. It wasn't. No, there's other choices.
But if you are a member of the clergy, specifically the Catholic Church, I think that it's like part of what they do. You're pulling something up, and I don't know.
I was just seeing. We got a thumbs up from somebody named Dave Davenport.
Well, I know Dave. Dave's a good guy.
I was going to say I didn't recognize the name.
What's up, Dave? I didn't know Dave watched the pod. I don't. So anyway, I played Switch today. I'm on the very last level of Super Mario Wonder. We have 3 games going. One is a family, one me and Doug. So the family one, Wes hasn't played yet. So it's me, Doug, and Nolan. Then we have one. Although Wes isn't super into video games.
But he likes playing. He'll join in with a bunch of us.
Yeah. Nolan's tough to play. I love Nolan, but he's tough to play with because he zips through all the levels.
I like to zip.
And you what?
I don't even like talking to the guy in the middle. The King Fountain or whatever his name is. What is the poplin? The poplin. Yeah, but you have to go and talk to him and he tells you things.
Do you like zipping through the
level? I like zip. I want to get through there. I don't want to die. I want to get through there as fast as possible.
So you don't care if you don't participate if he zips through the whole level. You're just like holding your controller like
I'm just trying to stay alive. That's what I do when we play. And every once in a while, sometimes I'll jump on your back and then I'll jump off if you die and try to stay alive until you come back and I can touch you and make you alive again.
Grace says touche regarding
about the nun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. All I know is that you have to beat. So Super Mario Wonder, this is also true for Super Mario World. You have to get everything in order to beat the game. So I have gotten all of the little purple flowers, all of the coins, all of the Wonder Seeds, everything, every badge, every standee. If you haven't played this, it makes no sense, but it's a fucking painstaking process. And I have one level that I am 3/4 of the way through. But
if you don't make it, back to the
every single section of this game, it's 7 sections, and they're all like really, really challenging. And normally, like once you get through a challenging part, there's a save point, and then you go to a challenging part and there's a save point. In this one, you have to go through like 4 super challenging parts before you get to a save point. So today I won myself 100 lives. I was like, okay, I want to give this a shot, and now I am down to 9 lives. So I'm gonna have to. Here's the thing: I'm gonna have to go out of the level, start the whole fucking thing over again, and get myself 100 lives. It's
Kim Canteris is here.
Hey Kim, what's going on?
How are you doing?
Love her.
Yeah, she had some medical stuff she went through, and now she's on the other side.
I'm glad to hear you're doing better, sweetheart.
And I hope you're not getting buried by anything up in the.
Oh, people are having weather. I heard that well, it's funny because Andrea just sent me some photos, which I have yet to look at.
I did have a photo of Scituate being Scituate today.
Well, that's what she sent me. Andrea sent me pictures, Scituate pictures, because the podcast, the harbor is often under some water. Actually, I'm going to just pull this up for everybody. So if you are not aware, we used to live in an oceanfront home in Scituate, Massachusetts. We lived there for 5 years. This is not our home, but my friend Andrea sent this to me today. Courtesy of Anne Marie Rollo, who posted on her wall.
You can Rollo
that's Sand Hills, if I'm not mistaken, or is that Gates?
That looks like Lighthouse right there. Is what that looks like.
I don't know what part of town that is, but yeah, that's some ocean. So yeah, this is Lighthouse. That's Rebecca Road. So the lighthouse where we got married. So this is closer to Sand Hills. Sand Hills is right there. Yeah. So the lighthouse that we got married at is way down here to the right. Not way down, like maybe a half mile. And then if you go about 1.5 miles up the coast, the other way is where we lived, oceanfront. Yeah, we would have waves go over our house. They must have done it. I think they did this with a drone. But in any case, yeah, that's what it does. That's what it is. I'm just trying to see if there's any houses here that I recognize.
Yeah, I didn't, but I think
right
a lot of those
is that our old house?
Hills. We're right next to the red one.
The red one's in for a ways. Yeah, it's not. No. But this is. I think this was taken in Sand Hills.
Yeah, I have a picture of Sand Hills here too.
In any case, I always, pray for these coastal communities. These people, they live in this. You think it's like the most beautiful place in the world, and in some ways it is. But it's an expensive place to live, and your house is getting constantly fucking destroyed, like just constantly. What are you pulling up?
I was just pulling up this picture of the Sand Hills right there. That gives you a really good idea how close these houses are to the seawall, and how much. And that's not just water. That's water, rocks, fish.
Yeah, well, if you're ever looking for seashells or if you want some free lobster, just go up on the beach right after a storm like that.
The seagulls go crazy in these storms, like or right before and right after, because all this stuff just brings up all the food. One day when we lived oceanfront, and I found this later, we there was things that we got gifts from the ocean.
We had an egg beater.
We got an egg beater, like an electric mixer. We have the horseshoe, which we still have. I think it's and half a gallon of chocolate milk.
It wasn't a half gallon. It was like a pint.
Wasn't it? Like it was like the small one. So
no, it was a little one.
I thought it was a bigger one.
It was like one of the Dollar Tree ones.
Oh, okay, yeah. So it's
but there was a mattress on there was a mattress on over by like the avenues one year. There was just like a mattress, like a queen size mattress, just like in the road.
Yeah.
So yeah, it gets crazy up there. But like, the thing is, like, the people that live there are the ones that keep the community going so that you can go there on vacation. And I know people will be like, oh, like all these rich people with their flood zone claims. Like, don't get me wrong, there's certainly people that their house gets destroyed, they rebuild it, they, whatever, they upgrade, they rebuild, they upgrade, they rebuild. And there's the idiots that build all the way up to the seawall and then wonder why their house gets fucked up. But the reality is, without the people that live there year round, there wouldn't be anywhere for you to go. Because the people that live there year round, and I'm talking about like the guys at Anderson Fuel, the guys who, which is one of our friends works there, the guys at the plumbers, the landscapers, the fucking everybody, like the people that keep that community going, and the community wouldn't continue to thrive the way it has if it weren't for year-round residents. Mm-hmm. And the funny thing though is like we lived oceanfront 5 years, loved living oceanfront except in the fucking summer.
Yeah, when it was like the snowbirds came in,
people are like constantly like they cut across your lawn, like they're super disrespectful. Like, and I don't have a problem with people cutting across my lawn, but like, it would be very hard. It was hard for us to enjoy. Like if it was a weekend, forget it. And like it was just hard to enjoy because there's so many other people.
But I will say, like the cool thing about Scituate is that the weather is the great equalizer, right? Doesn't matter if you're from a lot of money or if you don't have any money at all and you're working class.
Weather and health.
The weather just gets you all like, what are you going to do? So
there's certain things that no one is immune to: family problems, health, and the ocean washing away their house. Kim says no snow, yippee. Nice. I think that's the way. Isn't she in Kentucky?
No, she is in Mason City, I believe. Mason City, Iowa.
Oh, now we know 3 people from Iowa. What is going on with my life that I know 3 people from Iowa, and I've met 2 more? It's craziness.
One of my musical kind of heroes / Facebook friends just played at the Surf Ballroom on the Buddy Holly anniversary. And that would have been a good take. And I remember Kim was there probably a few years ago now with
she's probably
Richie Valens' sister and some of those folks. And
Kim has suggested that the mattress that went over the wall was a water bed.
Well, it is now.
We wouldn't know. Yeah, it's one of those flotation mattresses. This is what it was. Do you know the difference? Like the water bed was like this whole big red bladder. Right.
There's a big bladder of water,
and then the flotation bed had like tubes, so it was like less aggressive than a water bed. I just remember like I would go to my dad's house and sleep on his water bed, and it's heated.
Yeah.
And I would love
it. So it like reheats you from the inside. I don't believe I've ever slept on a waterbed. Because I remember they used to have like the big bladder one. It would, like a wave. But then when they came out with the next ones, they were like individual sections.
Yeah, a flotation mattress.
Yeah. So
Kim says you both look great. Yes, Iowa last weekend it was great. Oh,
nice.
I'm glad you had a good time.
Yeah, the guy was talking about.
I'd say you look great, but I can't see you on camera.
Kim always looks great, no matter what.
Keep it in your pants, old man.
It's just a beautiful Greek goddess. Wow. No, the guy I was talking about, his name is Glenn Matlock. He played bass for the Sex Pistols in the 1970s. And he has like a little rock and roll outfit, and they do their thing. And you can't even understand this guy. He's got such a thick English accent. You can't understand him. So, so I hope you enjoyed it. It's always good.
So I want to get back to Nip Tuck.
Oh yeah, Nip Tuck. Of course.
Okay. So here's the thing. What's her name is on it? Jennifer Coolidge, who, by the way, South Shore girl. She's from Norwell. She played Stifler's mom. She was in Legally Blonde, The Bend and Snap, Can we just talk about the bend and snap?
I don't know what the bend and snap is.
It's guaranteed to get you a man every time. Okay. Ready for it?
Yeah.
If I fall over, it's because, the pots. It's not good. All right. So it's supposed to be bend.
Yeah. So far, so good.
And snap. Did that work? Did that turn you on?
A little bit. I gotta put up my blanket.
Well, I will tell you, I also in my single girl days read a book.
Don't have poop on your underwear.
I'm pretty sure that was not in this book. I read before I met you. I read, and by read it I mean listen to the audiobook like 5 times. Be Your Own Matchmaker by Patty Stanger.
Yep.
And so I'm super awkward. Don't know how to flirt. In case you guys.
What are you doing now? She's trying to flirt.
Being super awkward because that's how I roll. Kim loves the bend and snap. She says this girl needs to go to bed. Well, if you do the bend and snap, you might find somebody to go to bed.
Well, if you bend, you're halfway in bed because all you have to do is
listen.
roll.
At our
bend
age,
and roll.
You bend and snap, you might snap something. And my chiropractor's all the way. She's from Iowa, by the way. She's all the way over on the east coast of Florida. So I'm SOL. So anyway, in the book, she says to look at a guy, then look away, look back, flip up, smile, and flip your hair and look away.
Flip your hair. What kind of?
I have done this exactly once.
7th grade crap is that?
I did this exactly once. I was at Bar Louie and I was at dinner with my friend Prash, but I had to go to the bathroom. We were up on the roof deck. And so I was like, there was a guy at the bar that I'd seen on my way in. And I was like, oh, he's kind of cute. And so I was in the bathroom or whatever. And as I was walking by, I did it. So I go to the bathroom, I come out, I go upstairs.
Yeah.
And he's up there. He came up he was either right before me or right after me. He gets up there, but then I'm sitting there with Prash.
Sounds like a stalker.
So, but the guy probably thinks that I was on a date with Prash.
Yeah, I wanted to get out of it.
I don't know what he thought.
Maybe he was a racist against Indian people.
Maybe he thought I was just being a slut bag who wanted to have more than one date at once. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with having more than one date. If there's no ring on my finger, I'm single, girl. No ring, by the way. So I guess that means I'm single. And I
got you one.
Kim says, ha ha ha. No shit. Sometimes it feels that way. So I can flirt if I really try hard. But people think I'm flirting with them. Like women think I'm flirting with them. And not that I'm I've been with girls. It's not really my jam. But this little hair right here is driving me crazy.
It's good. Let's just take a pause, a brief pause.
Well, if it's driving me crazy, so
Jennifer Coolidge.
That didn't help. Jennifer Coolidge. So Jennifer Coolidge is on 3 episodes of Nip Tuck. In one episode, she's an actress on the show Hearts and Scalpels. Jump the Shark, by the way. They have a show. So they own a plastic surgery place. They moved to Hollywood, California. Jump the Shark, number 1. And then they go on a show called Hearts and Scalpels, where they're the medical directors.
Right.
Then they have a spinoff from that called Plastic Fantastic.
Okay, I don't remember that.
Oh, it was a reality show. But there was so much stuff with the lesbians, and not our lesbians, the other lesbians. There's more than the 2.
Then there's the wife that became a lesbian with Portia de la Rossi.
That's the lesbian I'm talking about.
And then she goes away.
And then there's So anyway, and everybody is on this show.
Joan Rivers.
John Schneider.
Oh, John Schneider was good in that show.
Luke from the Dukes of Hazzard. Who the fuck wasn't on it? Joan Rivers was on it. Geez, I'm just gonna pull it up.
Sharon Gless from
who the hell is that?
She was from Cagney and Lacey. Is that one was Tyne Daly and she was the other one. She plays the fake agent. Bradley Cooper.
If you can say so. Dylan Walsh and Julian McMahon are the main characters. Dylan. Oh my God, they're just giving me quotes from the show. Some of the quotes from the show.
Oh, the quotes from the show are worse than the quotes from this podcast.
So Dylan Walsh has been in a bunch of stuff. I liked him in The Stepfather. He was in The Lake House. He was in Congo and Nip Tuck, and he's been he plays Mayor Peter Chase on Blue Bloods. He was on Superman and Lois, a whole bunch of other shit. and then the other guy, so he's in a bunch of stuff right now. Julian McMahon is currently in Fantastic Four. He was in Charmed, FBI Most Wanted, FBI International, FBI. Like he's in everything.
Yeah, he's in those
he's
things.
Jess LaCroix in all of these roles. He's also in something called Swingin' in Safari, which I think I might need to see.
Swingin' Safari.
And then of course, I have a massive crush on her, Kelly Carlson, which I don't know what else she's done.
I think she kind of left acting after this, from what I had read.
It looks like it was the last thing she did. Hey, listen, if you made enough money to do it, but she was in Maid of Honor, which a lot of people have seen. Yeah, it doesn't look like she's been doing
Melrose Place. Look at that.
Doesn't look like she's been doing any acting since, but oh my God, I love her. Jolie Richardson, etc. But here's
Larry Hagman was on it.
Larry Hagman was hilarious. Famke Jensen. We just started saying to one another, "Settle down, Famke," like on a regular basis.
And I don't know where that. I think it came from the show because she was all acting up, and then so Stacey said, "Settle down, Famke."
Yeah. No, Doug was acting up, and
somebody was acting.
I'll get annoyed with him and just call him Larry Hagman or some whatever random name. Jennifer Coolidge is amazing and so funny. I agree with you. So like I said, South Shore girl. So
and I don't know if you've seen The White Lotus, but
if you haven't, see it.
She brings the heat.
Anna Lynn McCord, who not everybody would know, but she's been in a bunch of stuff.
Peter Dinklage.
Vanessa Redgrave.
Yeah. What's her name?
Mario Lopez, Jacqueline Bisset.
Oh.
Bradley Cooper, Rose McGowan, Brittany Snow, Larry Hagman, John Schneider, Oliver Platt.
He was great fantastic. He's great in everything.
Not a fan of this person, but Rosie O'Donnell was great in it. Sophia Bush, she's a big deal. Brooke Shields, Alanis Morissette, Anne Heche, Rebecca Gayheart. Like it would be easier to tell you who is not in this series. Like it's
Donna Mills is one.
I don't even know who that is. Joan Rivers, of course, we talked about
Falcon
that.
Crest, I think.
I don't know. I mean, there's just so many. And of course, IMDb lists them in like the number of episodes they were in. So like if they're in one episode for 5 minutes, like Trisha Simmons, Lauren Hutton was great in it. There was a sex scene with Lauren Hutton.
Lauren Hutton was a sexy beast in her day.
I would get a sex change just to have her suck my dick because she sucked that guy's dick.
Oh.
Not to completion, just to get it hard so he could pose and play girl.
Oh.
I'm telling you, if you want to watch a show
you're right. I remember that
is
episode.
It's total smut. You don't want like you want to just turn your brain off and be like mindless and like this is the shit to watch. You're not going to be thinking about current events, asking yourself if the NFL's rigged, if our food and water is safe. No, you'll be like, wow, this is smut.
This is great.
This is terrible. Thank you. Please, can I have some popcorn?
Alec Baldwin was a mad scientist.
He wasn't a mad scientist. He was a scientist.
Okay.
Leslie Bibb is in it. She's hot as shit. I don't know if she's ever been in anything else, but she's playing the who's and what's it. The anesthesiologist until Rose McGowan comes on and replaces her. And tries to kill his family.
Spoiler alert.
Morgan Fairchild.
Eric Stone Street was on it.
I have no idea who that
is. The gay guy from the one of the gay people on Family Matter. No, what's that show? Modern Family. You know, he's the big guy. He's the big dude.
Does he play a guy who got shot in the face by his son? I forget.
Oh, Hank from Breaking Bad is in it. He kills a dog.
God. His wife is fucking their dog.
And the wife is played by Melissa Gilbert from A Little House on the Prairie.
And so she goes to the doctor's office and she's like, I was roughhousing my dog and he bit my nipple off. And so they're like, okay. And she's like, I need it to be fixed, healed before my husband gets home because my dog Rojo. And she has a cutest little accent. My dog Rojo, he thinks he's a bad dog and he'll have him put to sleep. There can't be any evidence of this. So they're like, okay, we'll get you fixed up. And so they're fixing her up and she's in the waiting room. And by the way, while they're there, they realize her skin is just so beautiful and it's never been touched. None of the, nothing, no threads, nothing. And they're like, what's your secret? And she's like, oh, I just have my boys put a little sample, rub it on my face. So she does. She rubs sperm on her face every day. And then they get Joan Rivers, and she's going to sell it on QVC.
She liked it, yeah.
And the lesbian goes to all the sperm banks in the area to get the sperm, but then they think she's a serial killer. Whole other story. That's not the point. You should watch. So
Hank comes in.
So Hank comes in, and he's got this huge duffel bag. And they're like, she's like, "Oh, hi, honey, you're home soon." And like the doctor's there like doing her consult and telling her like how she's healing. She's like, "Oh, I can't believe you're home. I just came here to get a little touch up." And he's mad, and he's like, I bet you didn't think I was coming home so fast. I found the peanut butter. And then the doctor is examining her, and he goes, "Well, sir, if your wife's peanut butter addiction is really a problem, you need to talk about that later. I'm in the middle of an exam." And he goes, "I did what any man would do to his wife's lover." And he unzips the bag and dumps the dog out. And it's like a mastiff. It's not good. By the way, it's
the dog was eating peanut butter off her hoo-ha.
Or her nipples.
Oh, maybe.
I don't really get the point of having a dog on your nipple. Or for having
you gotta get started. You gotta get started somewhere.
With the nipple play?
I don't know, maybe that's,
Oh, Doug Savant was in it.
J.K. Simmons, very famous.
So many people. So
J.K. Simmons brought his bitch to the Waffle Hut in the great movie, The Lady Killers.
There's just so many fucking amazing people on this. Just if you haven't watched it, you gotta check it out. It's an absolutely terrible show, and it's absolutely the best thing for you. And Kim says, "Haha, no shit." And Jennifer Coolidge is amazing and funny. We already went over those.
I did that.
But I will say this. So back to Jennifer Coolidge. So yes, White Lotus, amazing. And she was great in that. It was something about a house. It was a Netflix series.
Something about a house.
Yeah, it was like a house that they sold, but the house had like a history. It was like haunted, but not haunted. And Jennifer Coolidge is real. I forget what it was called. Anyway. But anyway, so in one episode, she's an actress, and she is on the show Hearts and Scalpels, and she is doing like a spin-off of because they're the consulting people, they're using a story from one of their patients for the plot. And what they had done is taken this woman had her lips were burned, and so what they did was they took skin from her puss and put it on her face. And she was like, "Don't tell my husband, he would think it's not manly to kiss me down there." And of course, now that she's got these beautiful pink lips, all he wants to do is kiss her. Side note, when you're searching for the perfect lipstick color, it should match your puss. So what you do is when you're in Sephora or Ulta,
get a hand mirror.
I feel like so here's the thing. Sephora used to be like upscale, and Ulta was like the Kmart. Right. But now they're doing fucking facials in the middle of Sephora. Like Sephora's brand has gone down, I think, especially because there's children in the store and they're giving facials in the aisles. And Ulta has come up.
Interesting. I did not know that.
I think that they're kind of on par now. And I think Ulta has better giveaways.
And Ulta was like like more of a warehouse, like kind of. It was. There it is. You're on your own.
But it's really changed. Like if you're on the prestige side, they'll help you. But if you're over like at that, like if you're looking at like the Revlon, they're not here.
I will say this from a branding standpoint: go into Sephora or Ulta and walk around, because they have everything sectioned off. Probably Sephora a little bit more, like they have less space, right, for and stuff for Sephora. But you're making your decision about that brand on those graphics, on that logo, on the typography.
But some of the brands do better than others. So like if you talk about like, I actually really love what Benefit has done. So different, like it depends on how big of a brand you have and how much space you have in the store. And I'm not sure how they use it, but if you look at the displays of like the Benefit section of the store, it's all branded with like this 1950s like kind of thing. They're not really showing it here, but they do things like, traditional beauty. Like I wish there was like okay, let me show you a value set. No, so they're not really showing it here, but like, okay, so they have like, Benetint, which is a great product, but I think there's fragrance in it. But it's all like all of their products, and they have this like 1950s beauty parlor thing. They're really known for their brow stuff. And like one of my favorite things to do, especially at Ulta, is to load up on these little minis because you get to try a bunch of stuff. So as a matter of fact, tonight I was out of eyeliner and I had an old Bad Gal that I got for free.
Bad Gal.
So yeah, like normally I check the ingredients on absolutely everything. I have not with these. So yeah, probably not great for you. I wasn't wearing makeup very often. Now I throw it on for the podcast because y'all, I don't want y'all to think you're crazy, but look at these little sets. Like they have like the brow stuff, mascara stuff, and
little baby lint brush.
I don't know where you see a little baby lint brush.
What is that thing?
That's brow mascara.
No, next to that. What is that? Like it looks like a mirror on the wall. It's like a lint brush.
It's a hand mirror, but okay.
Oh, that's to check your lady parts for the right tone of lipstick.
So, but my point is that some of these companies do a really good job of branding them, and if you know anything about cosmetics, you're like, there's the philosophy wall. There's the benefit wall. MAC always gets their own big section. So it really just depends, and some of these brands are just looking to get carried in stores. One of my big pet peeves is I use Thrive Cosmetics for a lot of stuff, and they don't carry them anywhere. So then it's like,
shit out of luck.
Like the whole thing with online shopping, the whole problem with it is nobody's actually going to do their return. I put the hair tie in the back this time, like where it knots up, and I feel like right here looks like a little hair butthole.
Let me see. Look in the camera. Oh, it does kind of like, but I don't think it's that bad.
Am I starting to look like Peg Bundy? Like if I had bangs, would it be? Let me just take that shit.
Peg Bundy bangs.
What do you think?
Oh, you got some volume going.
I do have some volume. Actually, I was talking to my dreadlock girl, Zasha, and I was talking to Taylor to Manifest. By the way, if you're ever looking to have dreadlocks, they're just a good quality hair service. Manifest, and you don't have to. You can have braid and dreadlocks. This is my real hair, all of it. This is all me. It's long. But a lot of people have braid-ins. You can have like. I could almost do it with your. I could do it with your hair.
Nice.
Do you? Oh, we could do that. I have some single-ended in the other room.
And what am I gonna do? Walk around looking like flock of seagulls or something?
What does a flock of seagulls hair look like?
Doesn't he have a big long tail?
It looks like a flock of seagulls. Does it look like a bird or does it look like worms? Can you tell?
His hair looked like a palmetto
bird.
bush.
That's why they were called the flock of seagulls.
That's not. No, they didn't name it after his hair.
I think they did.
Well, they could have. Oh, look at him.
There's the hair.
That looks like a seagull.
You don't think that looks like a fucking seagull?
I don't know what looks like a fox with ears sticking up.
Hear me out.
Put it on the thing.
I don't. Okay. Oh, we can find out where they are now.
I know he's bald now. I do know that. I'm sorry, guys. It's like 55 degrees, 56 degrees out here. It's freezing.
So where are they now?
Edition. There.
He's still doing creative stuff with his hair.
That's not him.
That's not him?
No, because he's bald.
Well, then maybe he's the one on the far right. It just says where they know flock of seagulls.
DNA and beyond. Where are they now?
There's those 4 guys. I don't know who they are.
There he is, right there.
Yeah, but where's the still life picture?
Yeah.
Still life? Is that what they even call it?
Like the present day is what you're trying to say.
Okay, he has blue eyes, and they're kind of close together.
Okay.
It's either that guy or that guy.
I don't.
If you said he's bald, he's probably
he's definitely bald because I've seen him lately. I don't even know that guy's name. You think that guy should have a name, but he's just flock of seagulls.
I think it's this guy. Maybe he got plugs. Are you sure it's not that guy?
I don't think
so. It's either this guy or this guy.
Right.
Oh, so I have that screen up on my thing.
Right.
So okay. I don't know if I have a way to pull them up on the screen, but I'm going to share this tab instead. So this is the flock of seagulls now, and the question is
that guy that guy's
guy
not old enough.
With the seagull hair is either this guy or this guy, because if you look at the flock of seagulls, it's the 2 tallest.
What's the caption on that saying?
images may be subject to copyright?
The other one, other page.
Do you know their names?
Left or right?
Kevin Rankin.
Yeah, no.
Lucio Rubino, Joe Rodriguez, and Mike Score.
I think it was Mike for some reason. I don't know that for a fact. So. Mike Score, yeah.
Where are you saying Mike Score?
It was founded by Mike Score in late 1979.
So you don't think he named it after his hair?
I don't know what he named it after. Didn't say.
Where did Flock? Oh, you know who will know?
Oh, ChatGPT will know.
Where did the flock
of
seagulls
come up with
get their name from? The band Flock of Seagulls got their name from a book by Richard Bach called Jonathan Livingston's Seagull. The book, published in 1970, is a philosophical novella about a seagull who learns about life and flight. The band members were inspired by the book's themes and random individuality. They came up with the name Flock of Seagulls as a reflection of their own artistic aspirations and beliefs.
It's a terrible name.
Where did the Flock of Seagulls guy... Oh, wait. What came first? Flock of Seagulls, hair, or band name? Because I want to know. Like, were they like, okay, this is my hair now? I wear suits.
I don't
now. I wear suits.
I don't know.
Okay, so the band Flock came before the distinctive hairstyle associated with the band members. The band formed in 1979 in Liverpool, England, and they adopted the name of Flock of Seagulls shortly after forming. The hairstyle, characterized by a heavily gelled and styled haircut with a distinctive swoop or waterfall effect, became iconic in the early 1980s and was later associated with the band. So the name preceded the hairstyle that became synonymous with them. So it is, in fact, a flock of seagull ash stuff. And I can honestly say, I'm glad that I didn't have to fucking style people's hair like that, but now I kind of want to.
It's good here. Let me show you a little split screen of Mike's score.
What, did you just mock that up?
No, I did a screen grab of it and sent it in. There he is, before and after. But you know, I gotta hand it to him. He still got that dimpled chin. Like Mike Score, Flock of Seagulls.
I just like.
Good for him.
I think Mike Score, much like myself, is just not photogenic. I am not photogenic. You will not find a decent photo of me. They do not exist.
You're too beautiful to be captured on film or silver.
If I got captured, they would release me promptly, I assure you. Okay, so the 3 episodes Jennifer Coolidge is in. She's on Hearts and Scalpels.
Yep.
As an actress.
Her
puss, they replace.
Yep. Boom, boom.
On her face. They put her puss on her face. And she's very over the top as an actress. Then she comes on as a patient, and she's like basically like talking to herself like she's this big celebrity, and they have no idea who the fuck she is, because she's like that actor that like you see everywhere but you don't know what you know her from. Like she's just been on everything. And then, but listen, some of those people that have been in everything, one day they just fucking hit it and they're everywhere, and you can't.
J.K. Simmons.
Well, for fuck's sake, did you say Richard K. Simmons?
J.K. Simmons is one.
Who's J.K. Simmons?
He was the guy that was in Whiplash, won an Oscar for that, I believe. He was in Lady Killers. He does the commercials for farmers.
What was his name again?
J.K. Simmons.
Oh, the guy from Oz.
Yeah.
He was in Juno. He was in Oz.
He's Juno's dad.
Yeah, that guy was in everything until he was like everybody. The one, so anyway, she's like, don't tell the media can't find out. And then she hires press. So she's actually on 4 episodes total.
Yeah.
So she hires press to basically meet her outside the building because she's looking for attention. But they end up putting Sean on television because somebody tried to kill him, I think. It was a couple episodes back. And so anyway, she comes on in another episode. She's done the 23andMe, or like one of those ancestry platforms. No sponsored one. No sponsorship from 23andMe. Trace has a dimpled chin with jowls. Yeah, one good.
Don't talk about me like that.
Do you have a dimple on your chin? Do you know that I have dimples?
Yeah.
Are they?
In your cheeks.
My mom used to tell me that she knew I was lying because my dimples were showing.
I have a dimple.
In your
I think it's. I don't know. I have it somewhere.
You have something right there. Do you know people are getting those piercings?
I don't like the piercings. It throws me off.
They're getting
no
these
hole
piercings
there.
right here.
I don't like them.
And then when they take them out, they have dimples.
Oh, okay. Well,
I like the people do the I think they call it a Maryland, where they get like the little mouth piercing.
One of the coolest things I ever saw was somebody with a safety pin through their lip back in the punk days. That was cool as hell.
Do it. I dare you. Do you know that the Miley Cyrus Grammys outfit, that was made of fucking safety pins?
Safety pins.
That poor bitch, she sat down and got poked in the cooch, and not in a good way. I feel bad for her, unless they individually glued them, but it was
She was poked in the cooch with Dinah.
No, it was with safety pins.
No.
Poked in the cooch with safety pins.
Down in the good below.
I don't even know what to say about that.
All right, so getting back to Jennifer Coolidge, are we talking about for half an hour?
She does the 23andMe. We got off on tangents. She does the 23andMe, and she finds out that like she's some percent Black. By the way, me too. And like 4.5% sub-Saharan African. Yeah. And I just learned that my dad is in fact not racist.
Wow. He did have colored eggs.
Despite 47 years of evidence, apparently he's not.
I'm telling you, he didn't like the Irish.
I wonder if he's. Well, the Irish don't really have any color, to be fair.
To be fair.
My mom hates Portuguese people. My dad hates Irish people. That's worked out pretty well for me. Just kidding. So anyway, back to Jennifer Coolidge's 23andMe. Never mind my sad life. So she finds out she's part Black, and she's decided she's going to put out a hip hop album. And before she does that, she needs more junk in her trunk. And then her big tits are proof of her African lineage. Yeah.
So she starts talking like all street. She's got a silver tooth. She probably had a couple of like braids and stuff, and she had I don't know. She was like, I don't think you could get away with this role on this like in the present day, because it was like so like and then she was like yelling she wanted reparations.
I'm not going to show the whole thing, but I will show
Are you going to show the actual video?
I'm going to show the video.
So this is the video of the
implant.
She's going to look like she's got 36 Ds in her ass.
So she's getting ass implants, like we said. They
a juicy double. So they have to listen to Yo Stank Bitch.
Here we go. Crank it up, better than you skank it up. Yo Stank Bitch.
Jennifer Coolidge.
Yo Stank Bitch. Yo Stank Bitch. Listen up, y'all.
Bitch, your smell makes me wanna puke. What you do? Smuggle garlic in your cooch. You wanna get a man, you gotta smell like a flower. Anytime you step from something, took yourself a shower. Man needs a bitch who will make his nose sting. But some ghetto bitches will just spray anything. White diamonds, obsession, glow by J-Lo. What he really wants is some of this hot cow. Chanel number 5 when he comes home to me. Your man will lose his mind when he sees my double D's. Double D's, double D's, double D's. Double D's, double D's, double D's. Then I'll slide him down, put his head between my knees.
Just like Beyonce does to Jay-Z.
Yo Stank Bitch.
Don't
Yo
even.
Stank Bitch. Yo Stank Bitch. Yo Stank Bitch.
Crank it up, better than you skank it up.
You think
Crank
this
it
guy
up,
is
better
a
than you
dumpster?
skank it up.
Now what I mean, you be eating you too much. So you're just taking garbage. I'm the entrepreneur. You better run to me. I be looking for some chocolate. Cocoa will find and stick his cock in it. Yo Stank Bitch. Yo Stank Bitch. Yo Stank
It's genius. It really is. It is genius.
I can't. I just can't.
She's in a
the woman
dumpster.
is a genius. By the way, Anne said hi at some point. Did we get her hi back?
I think I thought we did. I thought we
grabbed
I thought
you.
we did.
We're
That
glad
might have been
you're
last
here.
night though. We don't know.
No, she's here. She's here. She said hi at one point early on, right there. She said,
Yeah.
"Hey, Anne, I don't know if we missed you, but we love you.
missed you.
We're glad you're here." We're glad. Trace, Kim, everybody who's here, all the people that have lost their damn minds. Okay. So, and that, yeah, I don't know where you can go from there.
It's one of the greatest guest appearances.
And
That
I'm
video
bummed out about White
any
Lotus
film.
because she died. So
Don't say. They might do a prequel though. They might go back and like before
they're
the first
filming
one.
right now in like Vietnam or Thailand or something. So
it's gonna be so.
I'm
good.
hoping she comes back, but we'll see. We are off Instagram, fuckers. So Instagram shuts
They're
us off
1 hour
after an
grabs.
If you ever watch the pod,
an hour.
Don't watch it on Instagram. It's the worst way to watch it. But Twitter, YouTube, and soon TikTok. I just have to set that shit up. Yeah. I personally got authorization to go to live on TikTok.
Yes, you did.
If I want to do it in yours, I have to do it. I have to use your phone. I need to go on there more and do stuff. I'm trying to figure out a way to combine them. I don't like doing it on my iPad because I need to type comments.
Maybe you get a little keyboard for your iPad.
I don't want a keyboard for my iPad. I just want the TikTok to all be in one place.
You're shooting down the solution.
No, I need because the easiest way you can't do TikTok on your laptop. And to do TikTok, so most of the time when I do TikTok, I'm either laying in the bathtub,
or in the pool,
or in the pool, or in bed, and you need a phone. But the problem is that I fucked up when I set it up. I put my phone number has my personal one, which I can't delete now because I have a shitload of followers.
Now you got
and
stuff.
the one that's for marital hate is in Doug's phone. So if you're ever setting up a TikTok, you want to know, you can have more than one.
We should get a burner phone for the podcast.
We actually get a free phone for our plan. Well. So maybe we get we do. We got it for free. Just throw a burner on there. So what else we got? I'm
still thinking.
Dang bitch, it's stuck in your head. Well, fuck, it's already 9 o'clock. So did you have? I didn't see the stories today. I just never had
there were
time.
a few. We could just buzz through them. I think. Do you want to?
No, go ahead, do it. What do you need to point to me for?
I thought you were going to pull them up.
Well, I can.
And I was just looking for the ones to pull up.
So you didn't mark them?
No, I did not mark them because I didn't really have much time to do it. There's a cool story about
just tell me a word and I can search it.
It's the evergreen dinosaur trees. All right, this is pretty damn cool. All right, so
this one,
yeah, pull that up there. We're gonna share with you. All right, in Australia, it's got to be in Australia, right? This is crazy.
It's either listen, if it's fucked up, it's Australia or Florida.
It's fucked up. They thought this tree had gone extinct, and they have fossil records of this tree going extinct like 50 million years or some crazy ass amount of time ago. But guess what? They found 90 of these trees going on a hillside in Australia.
Do you think anything ever really dies?
Yeah.
See, I think everything.
I think dinosaurs are dead.
So I think everything's energy, and it comes back in different forms.
Well, that's interesting. But if it comes back in a different form,
drugs.
But if it comes back in a different form, it's a different thing.
You should do some drugs.
Fine, okay, I'll do some drugs. But here's the thing: they found 90 of these trees. How do you not find a tree?
Well, okay. First of all, there's trees everywhere around.
I know,
right?
but
despite claims that Florida has no trees, we have more tree species than any other fucking state in the United States. So fuck off, you new tree people.
So I think
but you don't notice the trees.
No, but this tree, the surface of this tree, is it looks like Cocoa Puffs, like down the tree, and it's like this giant tree. So they found 90 of them. They've been secretly seeding these trees and planting them elsewhere, so that they have a chance of surviving for
is
eternity.
It a good thing for them to survive? I don't know. Actually, this is something I've been wanting to talk about for fucking several weeks, and I know we've talked about it before, but I want to talk about fucking invasive species. But I want to see Trace's comment because it looked like it was interesting.
I'll pull it up. She says dinosaurs are still alive. What do you call alligators and sharks? Those things are prehistoric for sure. And the alligator snapping turtle, my favorite.
Yeah.
And she said that's cool about the trees. Anyways, I think this was a fascinating story, but it just goes to show you, it's were these things hiding in plain sight, or were they in a place where like people don't get to go. And it actually led me to think about one of the things I'm interested in, like species and animals and stuff like that. There's a species that went extinct in the early, maybe late 1930s. It's called the thylacine. It's almost like a cross between a dog and a coyote, but it has tiger stripes. It's called the Australian tiger.
So this is the thing where it gets really crazy. So the level of security is startling for a tree. From the original stand of 90 trees, hundreds now grow across 3 translocation sites. Visits to the sites are very rare and avoided in all but necessary occasions. Workers have to decontaminate themselves of any seeds and sanitize their bodies to ensure they don't bring disease or invasive species that could threaten the trees. That's bonkers.
Kind of like you can't eat seeds for 2 weeks before you go to the Galapagos, because you'll poop them out. Shit will start growing.
Heard once who rhetorically asked what the Wollemi pine smells like, so he could respond with methyl alcohol from the sanitizing agents. Before you resolve to looking for them, unauthorized entry to the sites is punishable by up to 2 years in prison.
Don't do it, folks.
Go to look at a fucking tree. That's the problem. If anybody thought they were like, I'm not telling anybody, they're going to send me to jail.
And now they're telling people.
Don't see any fancy trees.
Yeah, don't even go near a tree. Just stay home.
So here's my thing.
So I thought that was fantastic, but what I started to talk about the thylacine was that's an animal that could be running around. Like, it's not staying in one spot like a tree. So I don't know. I'm holding out hope that some of these quote unquote extinct species are still alive.
Here's what's really cool is you can actually buy. You're on my blanket. You can actually buy their seeds.
Oh, and they'll plant them for you?
No, you plant it yourself. You can buy it at like a garden center. A Wollemi pine. Let's see.
I need one of these dino trees.
Well,
they need something to feed the mammoth. I know the mammoth wasn't a dinosaur.
So we're in 9A. So we should be able to grow one. So maybe we just go plant one out front.
Yeah, but it's an invasive species.
It's not an invasive species.
The Wollemi pine?
It's an expired pine. They're saying that it's
so it lived everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We can
do
that.
And by the way, I don't really think that those were the best pictures. It's actually a really pretty tree. I'm gonna pull it up.
You're still showing the article there. So. But yeah, I thought that was super interesting.
So that's what the tree looks like.
That's nice. It looks like a Bob Ross painting of a.
It really does. It doesn't even look real.
I want to climb that.
It's like a cross between like an oak tree and a pine tree. It's
really and a Christmas tree. Let's grow one and cut it down and make a Christmas tree out of it. We'll have the first dino Christmas tree.
Okay, first of all, it's like, how would you cut that tree down? We could
with an axe.
Hear me out.
Or one of those big saws that takes 2 people.
Hear me out. We still have that bucket.
Yeah, we could grow it in there.
We put it in there, and then we could bring it in the house for Christmas. If we grew it in there over the winter, like everything grows super crazy fast down here.
That almost looks like an AI generated, like
it does look. It's like surreal. It looks fake.
Yeah.
But I do want to talk. So I don't know that you would consider the Wollemi pine to be an invasive species, but herein lies the problem: is that if this died millions of years ago and we've evolved since then, could it be an invasive species, or could it upset the ecosystem in some way, shape, or form? I don't know. And they really didn't touch on that in the article. And I think that understanding that the world is constantly evolving is an important point of fact, just in general in life, but specifically in regards to these trees. So I don't know. I can't help but wonder. And of course, we live in Southwest Florida where we have
everything grows.
Well, everything grows,
survives.
Yes, but the problem is invasive species. We have like big issues with invasive species. So
like the Escobar hippo.
We don't have Escobar hippos in Florida. Those are elsewhere. But what we do have in Southwest Florida, iguanas. They're beautiful, right? Everybody loves them. They're so cute. You don't want to kill them. But herein lies the problem. We've already lost plant and animal species because of the iguanas. It's only going to continue. So there's people in Cape that'll actually go and shoot them for you. And I've heard they taste like chicken. I don't plan on I don't plan on killing one.
If
I was at a party and you were like, try this, I'm going to try it. Don't tell me what it is until after. You'd be like, that's iguana. And I'll be like, oh, that was nice. I just don't want to know. Just don't tell me.
Did you get my joke?
What's that?
I said, what do you walla voodoo?
I don't even know.
Because in Mexican radio, they talk about eating barbecued iguana.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That was a 2-part joke.
for a very, very, very
It
niche
wasn't even.
audience.
Yeah.
And our audience is already very, very niche.
Listen, we're talking
The
about, if we
5
can talk about
people-
Flock of Seagulls, we're talking about Walla Voodoo.
Okay, sure. So Trace says that is pretty, and she says it's with a little bonsai look to it too. Yeah, it's adorable. Okay, what was the subject? Oh, invasive species. Okay. So speaking of adorable,
Douglas here. Look at me.
you know what's really pissing me off right now?
Is that you think I'm really funny?
What's really pissing me off is all of the people who think Doug is so nice.
I'm the worst. You know why I'm the worst?
so
Because
funny.
I'm just always making jokes.
He's so-
It's bad.
You're not always making jokes. First of all, the jokes that you make are super inappropriate, even for this fucked up podcast. Second of all, you're a different person when you're not on the podcast. And then when
Maybe
he gets
I'm
on the phone
bipolar.
for work, he's all yucking it up like
Hello.
Wink Martindale. And then the minute everybody goes, I'm dealing with it, like when everybody's gone and it's just me and Doug. I don't even know how to describe it. It's like Jekyll and Hyde. He's Scorpio. Do you know what that's like? Oh, by the way, total aside.
Okay.
Remember the guy that was crying during the national anthem? Was it Chris Brown?
I
Chris
believe it
Jones?
was Chris Jones. I believe
Chris
it was. I
Jones.
wasn't sure.
So I'm like, total cancer thing. Like people who are cancers like myself have a tendency to be very patriotic and perhaps tear up at the national anthem. I cannot listen to the national anthem without tearing up. It's weird. So in any case, I'm like, oh, that's such a cancer thing. And sure enough, his birthday is July 3rd, a year to the day after, before Wesley.
Same as somebody we know. Yep.
Wesley's birthday is July 3rd.
Yes. Now you've doxed him. Now everybody can
I haven't
steal
doxed him.
Yeah.
How can I dox him?
I don't know. I don't even know.
He's talked about it on the podcast. And actually, we got compliments on the kids today from our new friend Tony. So what was I talking about? Oh, invasive species. So you got to kill the fucking iguanas, even though they're cute, but they're like killing other animals. We also have Cuban tree frogs.
Yep, from Cuba.
Buffalo toads. So people's dogs are getting a hold of buffalo toads, and it can kill your dog. But for people, it can be a fun hallucinogenic that you should definitely use only in a licensed ceremony format, and definitely not try to do that yourself. Only do it as part of a religious ceremony under supervision.
Tell me you wouldn't lick a toad
leader.
and trip balls if we had.
They poured. No, if I see a cane toad, I'm yeah, for sure.
Totally
I'm for sure gonna bring it to a
ceremony,
a religious ceremony. They did combo on me, which is frog poison. So they burn you 3 times and they rub the poison.
Invasive species.
It's not an invasive species. The invasive species is the people that go and collect the frog poison because they go to the
I was just
Amazon.
trying to get you back on track.
Well, you asked about poison frogs. So the point is, and then we also have pythons. Now we have anacondas. We've got capybaras. We've got wild hogs.
If I see a capybara across the road, I'm gonna lose my shit.
There's just so much shit down here, but there's like our species are dying out because of invasive species. So if you love animals,
killing animals.
Sometimes you gotta kill them. Sometimes you gotta kill them.
Kill the fancy animals.
But it's crazy though, because like as much as there's certainly the hunting sect that is not that's just like, oh, I'm gonna shoot whatever is around and want to blow it up. The vast majority of people that I know that are hunters
they do their thing. They're into it.
They're massive environmentalists. Yeah. They use every part of the animal. They genuinely care about the animal. They genuinely care about the environment. Is it because they're like, oh, big soft marshmallows?
No, they're closer to nature.
Is it because they're closer to nature, or is it because they just want to be able to keep hunting? I don't give a shit. They care.
Speaking of wildlife,
they care. Hunters care about our little fucking noisy little fuckers. I really want one. I have actually been saving this for weeks.
Oh, bring it.
So it was recently it was recently burrowing owl day. They called it ground owl day. I don't know if we have multiple ground owls or what the deal is, but I thought you guys would appreciate this just because this town I live in is
please
hilarious.
Tell me there's somebody in that little suit. I think they got a little person.
There's just so much better. Okay, so first, so we have like this guy, and they've got this cool ass burrowing owl statue. That's
I want somebody to be in there and scare people.
Oh no, it gets better.
Okay.
So there's a guy, he's giving a speech. I'm assuming that's like the mayor of Cape Coral, one of these fucking fleece the taxpayer fuckers.
Yeah.
By the way, there's some talk or a bill proposed. I don't know if it's gotten to the fucking financial waste in the city of Cape Coral and what they're doing.
From what I hear,
it's kind of crazy. Ridiculous. Do not buy a house in Cape Coral. There is some talk in the state of Florida about eliminating property tax entirely because people are having such a hard time paying for their homeowners insurance.
You can't pay anything.
And then they're talking about doing a consumption only tax, which would be delightful. But in any case, so I would like to see that nationally. We talk about all these like environmental things, like let's have everybody get electric cars. Who gives a shit how the fucking batteries are mined? Who gives a shit what the conditions are? Who gives a shit how much extra materials we're using when we could just use, I don't know, a 2011 Jeep Wrangler with 211,000 miles and change, and a 2009 Volvo with, what do you have, 100?
Pry that Volvo out of my cold dead hand.
Okay. I'll kill you in the Volvo. I don't know where.
All right, so you were talking about the owls, and then
these are the fucking owls. So they had like they had it like a little owl thing.
Those are not life size, people. If they were life size, it's terrifying.
Some of the babies are just coming out. The dads watch over the nest, and then they'll go hunt. But they during the day they watch the nest, and then we have them all up and down our street. So they're invasive. They're an endangered species. So you can't go anywhere the fuck near them. Don't worry. Florida will spray poison everywhere.
They come near us,
but then they'll be like, if you go within 50 feet of that bird, we're gonna kill the next 4 generations of your family. They don't.
That's not true. They don't actually say that.
How do you know? Have you ever been
I've gone within 50 feet of an owl nest. Nothing happened to me.
Because nobody caught you. Don't encourage people to do that.
All right, go ahead.
But then I've got this other picture.
All right, another picture coming.
And then I just have to show you guys this. I have been laughing about this since the day it came out. I was just waiting for the right time. So they got somebody in an owl outfit. I guess they're going to go on and say hi to the kids.
Sandals.
But what's killing me is these dainty little ankles. And that it's just like with our arms folded and just, I hope it was, see, here's the problem with Florida is there's people who live here, especially like people who have been here a long time, that'll wear a ski parka.
Yeah.
It's like 70 degrees out. They have a ski parka.
I never understood the vest myself.
How many times did you ever see me put a ski parka on?
I've never seen you in a ski parka. I know you used to have that thin like leather jacket thing that you used to have. And then you bought that silver coat, which was awesome.
Yeah, but never like really.
But never a ski parka. Never one of those like head to toe ski.
Like
parkas.
I would throw like a ski parka on if I was going snowboarding, but I'd probably take it off about halfway through.
I don't even own a ski parka.
Not anymore. You don't. We'd gotten that one at that orange one.
Oh, we got that one at Savers. That was good. It was great,
really nice.
Except the zipper pull was pulled out, like broken in half, so you had to kind of like zip it up with a pair of vice grips.
I could fix that. Who the fuck buttons their jacket, much less wears one? We rock a hoodie. Son, we're New Englanders.
We rock pajamas all the time.
Trace is laughing about the feet on the owl. The feet on the owl are everything. I think they're hilarious. Okay, so it is 9:30. So if we have other stories, we're just not fucking getting to them today.
There was one. I just want to show the one more.
Okay.
Actually, there were a couple. I would like to do the other story last night, but there was a guy that
give me a keyword.
Found Israel. That's a keyword for you. It's a hot button issue right now. All right, so this guy. All right, so if you scroll down, he discovered a 2,800 old amulet, which was like a little stone made of cornalin. And I don't know. I'm not so sure. I'm a little skeptical. I think he found a cough drop. So if you scroll down. They show him
2,800-year-old amulet in Israel.
He found a cough drop. People, now scroll down, and if there's a griffin in it, look, he found a cough drop. That's no antiquity right there.
But with amulet, wasn't that like from like the Brady Bunch? They had the amulet. And they were cursed by it.
But this was obviously looked like it was drilled for a thing. There's a picture. There's an engraving of a griffin. Which is interesting. Because 2,000 years ago, what are they making stuff up? Is that thing running around?
Is there no reason? Is there Greek mythology and whatnot? And I don't know.
Wait, were Greeks before? Greeks were before Jesus, or Jesus after Greeks? Yeah, Greeks were before Jesus.
So the griffin
Mm.
is ancient Greece. It's a legendary creature. So the time period.
That's terrifying.
Why? I don't
Look
know.
at it. It's got a giant head of an eagle, the body and talons, or like the body and the claws of a lion.
All right. Well, hear me out. Hear me out.
Yeah,
Even the fact that you can find a cough drop that's been carved like that, that's been sitting there that long, like that's a meticulous carving. It's been sitting there for a long time.
Yeah.
Like I think, you know, would you put that in your mouth?
But if I had a cough or a sore throat, I would. You know, you don't know. They may had good cough drops back then, like when they used to put.
Yeah, clearly, so much so that they've engraved them.
So that looks like it might be bored through the middle to be worn on a string around a neck or something.
An amulet.
Yeah.
To be haunted, like the Brady's.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So anyway, I thought that was fairly interesting. There's some other good stuff, but we can get to it tomorrow.
Yeah, we have we may have to tell Wes to take a couple days off because
we actually, you know what, we made yeah.
Actually, the funny thing is, the better
I feel bad that we don't get
the better the stories are that he picks, the less likely we are to get to other topics, right? So
there's going to be some burner stories.
So herein lies there. Yeah, there's going to be some burner stories, but the less we get to your stories, Wes, it means that the better that the other stories were. If we can focus on the one.
Well, last night we went off on a tangent about the product ratings. That was informative and good.
We like to go down a downward spiral. So it's 9:30 and it's past my bedtime. Well, not really. But you know, I have the munchies. I didn't eat any supper because I was nauseous, and my nausea has been replaced by the munchies. So I think I'm gonna have some gluten-free blueberry pancakes for supper because Doug made them. So let's do the gratitude. So dude, always the people, and you guys don't even realize it. Like I know I talk about it on the podcast every night, but every morning, most mornings, I'm a good, I write down my gratitude in my journal, and I always talk about the people that support the podcast. It means so much to us. I just can't. And you know, when you follow us on the socials and whatnot, we follow you back. If you got a business we can support, we want to find a way to support you. We're just trying to bring people together, do something good. It would be nice to make some money with it one day. It would be nice to start a hippie commune /cult and, you know, a nonprofit and what have you. Although if we're a commune, we can get nonprofit status anyway.
It's a good idea.
Become a religion.
It's a good idea.
And then we can do things to help the people, or you know, drink Kool-Aid together, whatever. But we really appreciate you guys watching the podcast, and then of course there's certain people that come to the pod over and over. The master haters. Usually, you guys are listed individually in my gratitude because you've just been all such amazing friends. So we really appreciate you. I don't know if Doug appreciates you, but I fucking do. Apparently today is National Pancake Day.
Yeah, look at that.
It's Fat Tuesday because Trace had
messaged
me.
Look at that.
Happy Fat Tuesday. I don't know if that means I get a fillet of fish this Friday or not, but I'm looking forward to it.
Double D's.
I don't know how that relates to what I was saying.
No, I don't know. It was just in my head. I don't know.
You're just going to start singing? Okay, cool. I'm thankful. I'm so thankful for Tony and his little helper whose name escapes me. They did a great job today.
It's his nephew.
Tony's nephew. They did a great job today. It's weird to have a properly functioning clutch. It's going to take me a little while to get used to that. Tony might have to stop fixing things. I don't know if I'm ready to have fancy things like a horn that works or emergency brake that works or reverse lights that work. But now that I have like a working, like a non-leaking engine and a proper power steering fluid and a new whatever the 2-stage whatever the fuck is that he replaced today. I appreciate you more than you could know. I just needed to get out of the house. I just went for a little drive. It was so good. Let's see. I appreciate that I had the Nintendo today. I think I'm getting fucking carpal tunnel from playing it so much, but I wasn't feeling well. Since I started these turkey tail mushrooms, I've been very tired, like not just tired, like lethargic, like not good. Which is, I'd rather be lethargic and potentially healing than just miserable and suffering. So, I'm not sure if it's really doing much other than making me tired, but I'm following doctor's orders and I go back on the 15th, which what, 2 days?
Yeah. So Thursday. Yeah.
And then, let's see what else. I'm thankful for the game because it gave me something to do today. And same thing, my iPad, my phone. I just like, I just have to try to keep myself distracted from the pain. I'm thankful for cannabis, which I took early tonight. So when my Jeep got fixed, I went to Starbucks because I was falling asleep all day and I wanted to be able to do the podcast. So then I took some cannabis oil when I got home. So, yeah. So the cannabis should put me to sleep. The lethargy should put me to sleep, but the caffeine that I had will keep me awake. So anyway, I'm grateful that the Starbucks down the street was very nice to me today. They actually gave me, and I thought I told them iced, but I had to be honest with you. They gave me my iced coffee hot. And I'm not really a coffee drinker, by the way. I try to avoid it. It's a stimulant, not good for your adrenals. But when I do, I usually get like the frou-frou girly one. It's like a candy bar. It's not even, and it's, by the way, pure sugar. Should not have it, but here we are. So I order my right,
and you got
peppermint mocha. I get to the window and it's hot. I may or may not have specified, but it's fucking Florida. We live in Southwest Florida.
Liquid in Florida.
I don't have doors or a top. Ice, baby. I really want to go to that Vanilla Ice charity thing this weekend, but I don't know if I have that in me. And then Trey says, I'm so thankful for you two. I'm thankful for protein pancakes for dinner tonight. I was thankful for the stories today. Thanks, Wes. So Wes provided us with
some good stories.
Content wizard Wesley.
Yeah, the trees. That trees was fascinating, I thought.
The trees, and was there another one? The griffin?
The cough drop? The cough drop. The
Israeli
Wesley,
cough drop. Good job with the cough drop and the tree, Wes.
I think there's a couple in there we'll use another day. So.
Oh no, yeah, there's other ones we'll use. We're way behind on the stories that we're going to use, and I have a shitload of notes on my phone. We just haven't gotten to them yet. So I'm also I'm grateful for Nip Tuck. That's been a fucking great distraction. I'm grateful for Deep Blue, which I'm about to go inside and put on my armpits. I'm thankful that you remembered to save me a lemon. Side note: use a lemon in your armpits if you're stinky. You can also do it on your cooch if you're like. Not your actual puss. Don't rub it on your puss. I mean, I guess you could. I don't know how that would feel. But the sides of your groin can get like sweaty there, or even your butt crack, I think. Oh. Just rub some lemon on it. It's just a good
if time. You got it.
But not if you have just shaved. Don't do that. And so I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful. It's stupid little things. I'm thankful for my ice, my lemonade. I'm thankful that I was able to, I had Starbucks gift cards. So the Starbucks was free. And I'm just super thankful for Tony, and I appreciate you.
I mean, I was thankful for Tony today.
I appreciate the things that you do. I'm trying to think of something specific today that you did that I appreciated.
I tried to make you a super protein packed breakfast. Wasn't the most tasty thing.
It didn't have any flavor.
I think because I still have some of the steak. I'm gonna make it flavor rich tomorrow.
Did you salt and pepper the
It did, but I'm gonna do it even more and maybe throw some mystery flavors in there.
I don't know about the mystery flavors. I think steak should just be
like, I'm gonna throw some marshmallows in there.
Maybe some rosemary and some butter on the steak.
Oh, nice.
But a lot of salt, a lot of pepper. Anyway, I appreciate all those things, and I appreciate just
the lettuce wraps for lunch.
The lettuce wraps. Oh my god, I love those things. They're so good. And it's super healthy. It's lettuce
and wrap.
And turkey and shredded carrots, diced cucumbers,
ranch
dressing,
cheese.
Trey says, I'm so thankful for you too. I'm thankful for protein pancakes. I already said that like 4 times. Sorry, I'm really high.
Sorry.
Okay, so what are you thankful for?
I was thankful for definitely thankful for Tony. It was good to see him and have him here. And I'm thankful that for all he does for our family. I'm thankful
and the community.
I'm thankful that they liked my ice cream. That was good. Yeah, I had to let him try my ice cream.
Coffee, toffee chip.
Then I was happy to have work to do today, and had some ideas there and working on some stuff. So that was fun. Thankful for watching Stank Bitch. I will Stank Bitch. I think that was just the highlight of my day right
I think you stopped and you were working late today, but I think you stopped working to come in about Stank Bitch.
Oh, I had to. I was done. I emailed it out. So but
you worked late is the point.
I did because I ended up having to help out Tony a little bit. So ate into my work day. But I just
needed to help Tony for about 10 minutes.
No, but then we were out there talking to him for another.
Well, that's true.
10. So that was 20 minutes that I could have shaved off the top. Anyway, so that was good. I'm also thankful for you and this beautiful place we live in, and the people that come here to this podcast. Thankful for my children. And we talked about Wes being particularly helpful today with stories, and I was also thankful that apparently New England did not get hammered like they were going to be hammered.
I don't think that the weatherman should be
They
diagnosing
dodged
the weather.
a bullet.
I just want to give a quick shout out to everybody: Todd White, Dave Davenport, Jackie Berry, Tracy, Ann. I already got Todd, Kim Canteras. Thank you guys all
and a
for
bunch
your
of people
support.
that didn't
Means
announce
so much.
themselves.
Yeah, if you didn't announce yourself,
you know what?
Like,
we know who
hello.
you are. No, we don't.
Do you know what? You can make friends. People
You can make
want to be your
friends?
friend. They like you.
Oh, maybe that's us. They don't like. Maybe they will like the friends, but not
I
us.
think that there's definitely people out there that watch the pod just so that they can go to like other people and be like, or just so they can like be like
What the hell?
judgy. But I think like I don't know. I think that like people like the more community we have, like the more people chatting and people becoming friends, like I think it's the better it is. And of course, again, before you know it, commune/cult.
Before you know it.
And by the way, there's people that watch the pod that like watch it like the next day. Like I know a shitload of them.
Our friend Larry does that
Larry does it a
sometimes.
lot.
Yeah.
I know Christina will do it sometimes. She never comments, which is probably for the best.
It's a public record.
And then Risa does a lot. Like there's a shitload of people that watch it. Michelle Cloutier Miller, like a lot of people really do. And you know, like listen, of course you guys, especially the haters and the master haters, if there's any way we can support you, let us know. If you have a product you want to talk about, or a business that you want to talk about, or a nonprofit you're interested in, or maybe there's just a story you want us to do, just let us know. You can contact us on any of the fucking socials. And I need to go to one of there's 2 people that's podcasts I need to go to, and there's like 5 guests we're supposed to have. We're trying to pull it together. We want to support you. Let us know how we can. I know we're gonna have the Apotha Corner on soon. We're gonna have Tito on, hopefully Muck Sticky before he gets too famous. Shit's getting real. Anyway, love it.
Indeed.
Love you guys.
And we'll see you mañana. And